Who's struggling more financially after Russia invaded Ukraine? Russia or the West? In this episode, I'll tell you about Economic School of Thought by Russian propaganda. I will tell you who pays the cost and what to do with it. Russians do feel financial pain of the war against Ukraine. However, Russian propaganda tells people not to worry. Their economists are going to sort it out. Well, let's check out a few examples. Deputy Chairman of Economic Policy Committee tells us,
Gold price has now fallen. Technical analysis shows that it's not in a very favorable spot. But if we push for at least a monthly spike in gold prices, if we at least start buying up gold on domestic and foreign markets, we will push the price up somewhat. Then everyone will leave traditional currencies for gold. And inflation will be so high, Ukrainians will need to add one more digit to prices of weapons they buy.
Hold on, let's replay to see this guy's reaction again.
¿Perdona? ¿Perdona? ¿Pero estamos locos? ¿Estamos locos?
Isn't it time to make the exchange rate quite stable? It's okay if there is a small corridor. It doesn't matter what number exactly it will be. It doesn't matter really to anyone, whether it's 60 or 65 or 70 or 75. Let the government and monetary authorities calculate.
Fed, ECB, hello? It doesn't matter whether €1 is $1 or $1.20. Why bother? Well, at least you're not the only ones who bother too much. Governments and private firms increasingly investing in renewables are also fools.
Wind energy is not always environmentally friendly. In the end of the day, what is a wind farm? It's vibration, 1. Destruction of the earth, 2. I mean, who even came up with those new modern ideas? Look at leadership in Sri Lanka. They decided to switch to organic agriculture after they got some modern advice. It led to the complete collapse of agriculture and was one of the reasons for the recent coup. Financial pyramid is not collapsing now just because there is no sustainable asset which one can invest in. Okay, there are oil futures, but they hit country speculators hard. Moreover, green energy prohibits that.
They obviously consider renewable energy an existential threat to their economy. Share of oil and gas in Russian GDP spiked from 17% on average during 2021 to 22% in the first quarter. Higher gas and electricity prices today, especially in Europe, is something Russian propaganda loves stressing.
With today's energy prices, most people in London can't even afford to turn on ACs. Huh, if only we had those issues. It is so hot in Italy that they asked to run ACs not at 22, but instead at 25, which means it will be uncomfortable at home. Nevertheless, these seemingly ridiculous costs force their governments to resign.
Well, at least Europeans are more likely to afford to buy an AC when they need to. If that is not enough, they go further, from ACs to toilets. Host.
Toilets and urinals are flushed with recycled water. They tell people not to drink it.
Guest replies.
These recycled toilets are everywhere.
Host.
Are you serious? It's something incredible. It's incredible how much progress has been made. We are waiting for France to start developing fragrances with shit and sweat scents.
Propaganda doesn't want to discuss its own economic hardships, but would rather point to the issues everyone else is facing. After all, as long as there is someone else living worse than you, you're fine, aren't you? Sanctions against Russia are hitting the West so bad that even airlines are going bust one by one.
Finnair, which closed the sky and is forced to fly around the whole Russia, is now on the verge of bankruptcy. SAS has already filed for bankruptcy.
Russian propaganda makes Russians believe the world around them is collapsing, while Russia is keeping its head high.
They thought that we are a gas station. However, we are the ones who have water, food, oil, gas, electricity. We are fed, have shoes, have clothes. We have everything in the stores. There are no problems with it. Our economy is holding up well compared to the West. They may have an early period there.
Propagandists probably go to some special grocery stores, just for themselves, not to these stores where Russians fight for survival and sugar. They have other problems on the agenda, such as seizing Russian yachts and castles. And that is it for today's episode. Let me know in the comments what you think. Does this collection of monetary policy by Russian propaganda deserve its own book? Do Russians actually believe that Europeans and Americans are doing worse than them? Thank you for watching and see you next time.